Hi everyone, Lawrence Payne here, Roman Mosaic Workshops, and we're still going through the booklet that I produced for the Making Roman Mosaics kits. Now we're on to section 5 here, and this is about adhesives. This is about sort of what to, it's not a full breakdown of what to use, it's how to decide what to use, plus how much you put down at time, which actually is quite important. So if we just get this up a little bit bigger, so you can see here, I better put my glasses on because I'm further away. Let's go large, and you can see use the glue that is suitable for the baseboard and the tesserae. What we mean by that is that let's just go back here. When you're using adhesive, it's basically just going to be sticking the tesserae down to the board. Now, what adhesive you use depends on what your base is, what your tesserae are, and where they're all going. So whether it's inside, outside. So you need more to understand the principles behind that, because there are gazillions of different glues and adhesives out there, and you want to keep it really simple. Now, one of the most common glues that you'll see in any sort of crafts thing is PVA, polyvinyl or something, craft glue. It's a standard thing. It's fine. I use it a lot. I put it in the kits because it's very simple. It's not toxic. It doesn't ruin anything. But it is purely suitable for craft applications, for decorative things, something that's going to go somewhere that's not going to get wet. Because PVA glue, if it's like that white or a clear glue, when you use it, the glue can go dry, and it can be completely bone dry. Your stuff can be stuck down. Now with PVA, the thing is, if it gets wet again, it goes back to a sticky state, and that is the problem with that. As I say, fine for decorative stuff, but anything else where it's going to get wet, I definitely wouldn't be using it in commissions. I do not use watered down PVA as a primer, for the simple reason, if I want a primer, I'll get a primer. This is one of those sort of technical things that you have to get your head around. So get used to reading the labels, get people's other people's opinions, but look on the label. And the same with when you're using cement adhesives, when you're using grout, phone the company up. All of these companies, pretty much all of them, have a technical helpline, and you can phone them up and talk to them, ask, I am putting this onto this, is what you produce suitable for it? Okay, and that really is it. But be aware of the restrictions used with PVA. So say, just to recap, know what you're using, what your tesserae is, know where they're going on to, what your base is, and then where that is going, whether it's inside, outside, in a wet area, and anything like that. You need to develop your own little sort of like a flow chart of adhesives by the information you've got, rather than, well, if it's this, then you need to use this, because it does change. So like I say, PVA glue is fine, decorative stuff indoors. Anything past that, you're going into looking at things like silicone glues. If you're using cement, then that's when you get sort of safety concerns. But again, the information is out there on the packs of the stuff that you get. If you're unsure, just get something. Get on to the people who make the stuff. Now, how much glue do you put down? How much adhesive do you put down at one time? You might not think that was that important, but it actually is, because it shows how you progress. So if you put a small line of adhesive down like that, fine, you can check your pieces as they go down, check they're right. But what you need to be working to is how much of an area can you put down in adhesive that you can set your tesserae down onto before it dries, okay? Because that makes you put a certain length, a certain amount of tesserae down. What you don't want to do is have your tesserae and then put a little bit of glue on the back and stick those down, and then pick up another one, put a little glue, because you think large, think big. What you don't want to do is just sort of be focusing on one tesserae as you pick it up, as you put it down, as you pick it up, as you put it down, because that will cause you problems later on. So the amount of glue, the amount of adhesive is actually quite important to the work you do later on. So do what you're comfortable with first. It might only be enough glue, enough adhesive for 3, 4, 5 tesserae. That's fine, but try to work up. Try to keep sort of doing a little bit further, a little bit more. Then you don't get bogged down with just sort of like 1 tesserae, 2 tesserae, and getting too focused in on it. And also, one final thing, when you're putting your tesserae onto your adhesive, onto your glue area, you put the tesserae down, you can adjust it, then you leave it. If you touch it more than twice, you're fiddling. It's very tempting, and I've done it before, and you're putting stuff down, and then you're adjusting it, and then you're moving it a little bit, and then you move it a little bit, and then you do 4 or 5 in a line, and then you're going back and you're adjusting another one, and you're adjusting another one. Have a look at a section of a Roman mosaic and try to think how many of those tesserae that you could improve by just adjusting them a little bit, adjusting them a little. And there's going to be an awful lot of them, but you just get caught up too much. You have to learn, you have to develop the skill of trusting yourself to be able to put the tesserae down and just leaving them. If it's really bad, you'll know, but you want to be able to look back and think, right, okay, I need to learn from that, and then move forward. I need to learn, because as I always say, the mosaics that you make are pages in your own textbook, and that's the one that you really need to write, because only you can write it. Now, if you correct everything, then you haven't got a lot of information in there. Okay, so set it, adjust it, leave it. Trust yourself and begin to learn, begin to develop these skills where you would be able to go out and have a good shot at working effectively on 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 square meter mosaic floor. Okay, thanks very much, and I should be back on tomorrow as well. Any questions, any comments, put them below, and I'll sort of answer them.